Safety Toolbox Talk, Confined Space Safety. What are confined spaces and why are they dangerous? What is a confined space? A confined space is an enclosed area that has the following characteristics: large enough to enter, big enough for a worker to enter and perform tasks, such as inspecting or cleaning. Action: always assess the space before entering to ensure it's safe for work. Has limited entry/exit points. Small openings or ladders make quick escapes difficult. Action: plan your entry and exit strategy and ensure rescue equipment is ready. Not designed for continuous occupancy, lacks proper ventilation or lighting for long-term work. Action: use portable ventilation and lighting and limit time inside. Examples of confined spaces: tanks, silos, vaults, pipelines, and storage bins. Confined space. PPE head protection, hard hat. Description: a hard hat protects against head injuries from falling objects, low ceilings, or other physical hazards in confined spaces. It should meet OSHA standards, have a secure fit with chin straps, and be regularly inspected for damage. Purpose: prevents head injuries in environments with limited space and potential for impact. Eye protection: safety glasses, goggles, or face shields. Description: safety glasses or goggles protect the eyes from dust, debris, chemicals, or other airborne hazards. Goggles should form a tight seal around the eyes, and prescription glasses may need integrated safety lenses. Face shields can be added for extra protection. Purpose: shields eyes from impact hazards, toxic substances, or irritants in confined spaces. Hearing protection: earplugs or ear defenders. Description: earplugs or ear defenders reduce exposure to excessive noise levels, which can be amplified in confined spaces. They must be compatible with communication systems to ensure workers can still hear critical instructions. Purpose: protects hearing while maintaining communication ability in noisy environments. Confined space. PPE respiratory protection, respirators, breathing apparatus. Description: depending on the air quality, workers may need air purifying respirators, APRs, supplied air respirators, SARs, or self-contained breathing apparatus, SCBA. SCBAs provide an independent air supply in oxygen-deficient or toxic environments. Respirators must be fit-tested and maintained. Purpose: ensures safe breathing in spaces with low oxygen, toxic gases, or harmful contaminants. Protective clothing, coveralls, hazmat suits. Description: hard-wearing overalls, chemical-resistant suits, or hazmat suits protect the body from physical hazards, chemicals, or contaminants. They should have no gaps where substances could enter and may include hoods and booties for full coverage. Purpose: shields the body from hazardous materials, extreme temperatures, or physical risks. Hand protection, gloves. Description: hard-wearing gloves protect hands from cuts, abrasions, chemicals, or extreme temperatures. The type of glove depends on the specific hazards, such as chemical-resistant gloves for handling toxic substances. Purpose: protects hands while allowing dexterity for tasks in confined spaces. Confined space. PPE foot protection, safety boots. Description: steel-toe boots with good grip and oil-resistant soles protect feet from heavy objects, slips, and chemical exposure. They should have steel midsoles for added protection against sharp objects. Purpose: ensures foot safety in environments with uneven surfaces or hazardous materials. Fall protection, harness, lifelines, tripods, shock, davit systems. Description: a full-body harness with a retrieval line, often connected to a tripod or davit system, prevents falls during vertical entry/exit. Self-retracting lifelines, SRLs, with emergency rescue features, allow mobility and safe retrieval in emergencies. Purpose: protects against falls and facilitates rescue in confined spaces with vertical access. Lighting, handheld torch with lanyard. Description: A handheld torch with a lanyard and appropriate beam width ensures visibility in dark or poorly lit spaces. It should be approved for use in potentially combustible environments. Purpose: enhances visibility to prevent accidents and ensure safe navigation. Communication devices, two-way radios, wearable tech. Description: two-way radios or hands-free wearable devices, e.g. headsets, enable communication between workers inside and outside the confined space. Cell phones are unreliable due to poor signal in many spaces. Purpose: ensures real-time coordination and emergency response capability. Confined space PPE gas detectors, multi-gas meters. Description: portable gas detectors monitor oxygen levels, flammable gases, and toxic contaminants. They must be calibrated before use and used by trained personnel to verify the atmosphere is safe. Purpose: detects hazardous atmospheric conditions before and during entry. Ventilation equipment, blowers, fans. Description: portable blowers or fans provide airflow to remove hazardous gases and maintain oxygen levels. They should have a warning system to alert workers of failures. Purpose: maintains a breathable atmosphere in confined spaces with poor natural ventilation. Additional considerations: risk assessment. PPE selection should be based on a thorough risk assessment of the specific confined space, as hazards vary, e.g., toxic gases, low oxygen, physical entrapment. Training: workers must be trained on the proper use, maintenance, and limitations of PPE, as well as emergency procedures. Fit and maintenance: all PPE must fit properly, be regularly inspected, and replaced if damaged to ensure effectiveness. Regulatory compliance: in regions like Northern Ireland, PPE use in confined spaces is legally mandated under laws such as the Health and Safety at Work, Northern Ireland, Order 1978, Permit Required Confined Spaces. Understanding high-risk confined spaces, hazardous atmosphere, toxic gases like carbon monoxide or methane, or low oxygen can make the air deadly. Action: always test the air with a gas detector before entering and use proper ventilation. Engulfment risk: liquids or loose solids like grain, sand, or water can trap workers in seconds. Action: secure loose materials and use barriers to prevent sudden engulfment. Trap hazards: sloping floors or converging walls in narrow spaces can crush or suffocate if you slip. Action: inspect the space for structural risks and use harnesses to prevent falls. Other serious dangers: exposed machinery, like gears, or extreme heat can cause immediate harm. Action: lock out machinery and monitor temperatures to avoid burns or injuries. Key requirement: permit-required spaces. These high-risk spaces require a permit before entry. Action: ensure a permit is completed, confirming hazards are checked and entry is planned. Confined space. Hazards: atmospheric hazards. Oxygen issues, too low, high. Oxygen levels below 19.5% can cause unconsciousness. Above 23.5% increases fire risk. Action: always test oxygen levels before entry and ensure proper ventilation. Toxic gases due to vapors. Gases like hydrogen sulfide can poison silently without warning. Action: use gas detectors and wear appropriate respiratory protection. Explosive flammable air. A single spark can ignite methane or chemical vapors. Action: eliminate ignition sources and monitor for flammable gases. Physical hazards. Engulfment. Loose materials can bury workers, blocking air or movement. Action: secure materials and use barriers to prevent collapse. Moving parts, tossed equipment. Unguarded machinery can crush or amputate limbs. Action: ensure guards are in place and lock out equipment before work. Extreme temperatures. Heat stroke or hypothermia can set in quickly. Action: monitor temperatures, take breaks, and use protective clothing. Biological hazards. Harmful microorganisms. Mold or bacteria in wet spaces can cause infections. Action. Wear protective gear and ensure proper hygiene after exposure. Hazardous substances. Chemical residues can burn skin or lungs on contact. Action. Use PPE and wash off any chemical exposure immediately. The stakes are high. U.S. confined space fatalities, 2011 to 2018. Total deaths. 1,030 workers lost their lives. That's about 129 deaths per year. Takeaway: this is a tragic number, but we can prevent these losses. Top causes of death: trench collapses, 168 deaths. Unstable soil can bury workers without warning. Action: always shore up trenches and check soil stability before entry. Toxic inhalations, 128 deaths. One breath of harmful gas can be fatal. Action: test the air for toxic gases and wear respiratory protection. Engulfments, 98 deaths. Grain bins and silos often trap workers. Action: secure loose materials and use lifelines to prevent engulfment. Fires, just explosions, 58 deaths. Flammable vapors can ignite with devastating force. Action: eliminate ignition sources and monitor for flammable gases. Oxygen depletions, 39 deaths. Workers can pass out before realizing the air is bad. Action: ensure oxygen levels are safe, 19.5% to 23.5% before entering. Key message: these tragedies are preventable. Proper planning saves lives every day. Action: follow confined space protocols, use permits, and prepare for emergencies. How to stay safe in confined spaces. Risk mitigation strategies. Preparation steps for safe entry. Create an entry plan, outline tasks, hazards, and safety steps. Action: work with your team to map out the job and identify safety measures. Conduct risk assessments. Identify dangers specific to the space. Action: inspect the area for risks like toxic gases or engulfment hazards. Test the atmosphere. Check for oxygen levels, toxic gases, and flammability. Action: use a gas detector before and during entry to ensure safe air quality. Secure permits. Verify all safety checks are complete. Action: ensure a permit is obtained and reviewed before starting work. Training for safety. Learn confined space hazards. Know what to expect before you enter. Action: study hazards like low oxygen, toxic gases, and engulfment risks. Stay updated on safety protocols. Regular refreshers keep skills sharp. Action: attend training sessions to review procedures and stay prepared. Discussion question for trainees. What's one thing you learned in this training that will help you stay safe in a confined space? Safe work practices. Effective communication. Use radio's signals for contact. Stay connected between workers inside and outside the space. Action: test radios or signals before entry to ensure help is a call away if trouble starts. Always use a buddy system. Work with a partner who monitors from outside. Action: ensure your buddy can spot trouble and get help fast if needed. PPE and safety controls wear proper. PPE: use respirators, harnesses, and protective gear. Action: inspect your PPE before entry. It's your last defense against hazards. Ventilate spaces. Keep the air safe by using fans or blowers. Action: set up ventilation to clear toxic gases before and during work. Lockout or tag out machinery. Prevent equipment from starting unexpectedly. Action: apply lockout or tag out procedures to all machinery before entering. Discussion question for trainees. What PPE do we use for confined spaces? And why is each piece important for your safety? Emergency readiness: develop and practice rescue plans. Follow on. Practice ensures quick, safe rescues. Keep rescue gear, tripods, harnesses ready. Follow on. Gear must be nearby and in good condition. Monitor air continuously, gas detectors. Follow on. alerts you if conditions turn dangerous. Key point: never enter to rescue without training. Follow on: untrained rescuers often become victims. Discussion: do you know our rescue plan? Key takeaways: confined spaces are risky but manageable. Follow on: knowledge and preparation make the difference. Commit to safety check air permits and air quality before entry. Follow on: never skip this critical step. Stop work if something is wrong. Follow on: know your role in a crisis. Goal: everyone goes home safe. Follow on: safety is a team effort. Discussion: what's one safety step you'll focus on? Final: stay alert, stay safe. Let's keep safety first every day. Safety is our priority. Look out for each other. Together we prevent accidents. Any final questions or concerns?